Hello.
Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And today is week 4 of 6 of semester 2 of our Strength and Swings class.
That's the one.
We've been working for the past 4 weeks on our single arm swings, our cleans, our presses, our squats, and we're going to combo that a little tonight. So stay tuned for the meaty portion. But until then, we'll get started with our body weight. Our bells are off to the side. We'll get warmed up first.
Sounds good. We'll be squatting a little bit tonight, so perhaps start addressing your stance and where you think your squatting stance is, and feel free to change that as you go. Listen to your hips. Your hips are your hips. Or feel. Look, listen, and feel. Until we get there, hands can stay at the sides, and at the head neck, we'll be doing our figure 8 circle. So we'll start with our low effort chin tucked down. Then I'll look to my right hand side or towards Lauren here. And then I'll trace my nose up the wall to the ceiling, find my nose in the center, lining up with my sternum, and then chin tucked down, and repeat to the other side. So it's a flexion or forward first, then our rotation to the side wall, looking up the side wall, looking at the ceiling, and then returning, looking on the horizon. Let's just switch that and the same thing in extension first, or up, and then over to the wall, down the wall with the chin nod, chin towards that clavicle, and then up in the middle, and then extension and rotation to the other side, little chin tuck, in nice and tight, and then finish looking on the horizon. Let's mix that up and shake out those legs even, and perhaps now bring them back into a little more narrow stance. With the hands across the body, let's repeat that figure 8 shape, but this time through the T-spine or the rib cage. Lauren already has those shoulder blades retracted, and it'll start with a little chin tuck. Then from here, it's a flexion forward shape, then a rotation, a side bend up and over, just until again we line up in the middle, and then continue to flex down, similar to that forward fold, but then we'll rotate, a side bend, up and over the back, and then just return that rib cage onto the hips. The opposite way is extension first, so this up and over the back of a chair bend, and then a side bend, rotating to the front from that back corner. And here we're always testing that shield, pull down the abs to lift up the rib cage. And then one more time, it's the extension at the back, a rotation and side bend, and a casual flexion shaped forward, and pull the abs down to lift the heart up. One more move for me, and mix up those legs. Let's just get back towards your squatting stance or a turned out stance if you did change. With the hands at your side, make light fists. Then keeping the elbows straight, bend the wrists or knuckles towards forward. Gently do your biceps curl. In that rack position and kettlebell pressing, press energy out of the forearm towards the ceiling. Shrug your shoulders, but just once, this is our kettlebell class, we'll be pulling the shoulders down and then aiming those elbow tips towards forward. Could you take a punch on those abs? Then pull the elbows to the ribs. Point your fingers to the back wall, extend the wrists next, and then extend on the elbow. Lightly retract the shoulder blades. It's not possible, but try to get your hands towards touching one another out the back. And if it is possible, maybe let me know in a comment. But then from back here, like Lauren's showing, we'll make fists. Then we'll bend on the wrists. Then we'll bend on the elbows. Then we'll bend on the shoulders, I guess, by pointing those elbow tips forward. And like a kettlebell swing, point your fingertips to the back wall. Keep your shoulder blades tight. As the arms extend out front, shoulder blades are squeezing, and then return the arms to your side. There's way more upper body moves like planks and presses to come, but until then, let's give it to Lauren and see what she does with the low body.
Excellent. Let's warm up those hips in their sockets and then take it down to the floor via our lunge. But to warm up those hips, I'd like you to stand with your heels together, just slightly turned out. Doesn't have to be much. You could stand in parallel if you prefer. Let's transfer weight so we're standing on one leg but staying up tall, and point the other leg to the front. Now with that leg out front and the hips staying stationary, rotate that leg in, hiding your inseam, and then externally rotate that leg from the hip, opening the inseam up. Keep the inseam forward, draw a nice circle to the side. Then continue around the back, so it's right behind you, but you're trying to keep your hips forward. Lightly flex the foot, and with a straight leg, return that leg back underneath. Let's brush to the front point. Straight leg back under, straight leg out the back. Keeping the hips forward, reach out the side. Then continue around the front, inseam forward. Then return the leg back underneath. Good. Let's just repeat that on the other side. So a little bit of a transfer shift, point to the front. From here, everything stays stationary, but the leg rotates into internal rotation. The leg rotates open. With the inseam facing forward, the leg goes to the side. With the hip staying forward, the leg reaches around the back, flexes the foot, straight leg pass through center, straight leg point. Straight leg pass through center to the back. Last one. Hips forward, reach around the corner, all the way to the front, and then keep that leg straight as it comes back underneath you. Return those legs to parallel, shake it out. If you want more of that,
one, Lauren.
It's sneaky. If you want more of that, you should show up Thursdays on the other side of the room where we just keep doing that, but more. Knees pointed forward, toes pointed forward, knees gently bend, shoulders on top of hips. I promise I'm better at explaining when I go the other side. Then gently extend your hips up to tall, push down, find the light balance. Now let's stay up on our toes, slowly start bending the knees. Keep your shoulders on top of your hips, slow-mo. Then with or without your hands, knees will land softly on the floor, hips will extend through, point your toes out the back. Sit down for a second. How do those quads feel? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Extend the hips forward. We must warm up our wrists because we're doing get-ups, and that involves our wrists. Simple as that. Hip hinge. Place your hands on the floor nice and slow. And as you place those palms down, are your elbows straight? Then could you pull your shoulders down out of your ears? Rotate your elbow pits forward, screwing them into your hands and keeping all of your fingers heavy gripping the floor. Distribute your weight throughout your whole hand, and let's shift our weight around through our wrists by just drawing light circles. Notice how you transfer weight from your fingertips to the side of your hand, to the palm of your hand and around, and switch directions. Your thumbs will come into play here as well as your babies and all your other fingers. Once we've returned back to center, we'll stack nice and over. Using our first knuckle strength, we'll press those palms away from the floor, keeping the elbows nice and straight. Palms return to the floor. 2 more times. Screw those elbows in. Palms push away. Palms land. Last time, palm and flick. Give that a little shake. As our get up, we put those hands down and we rotate around them. So let's rotate those hands 180 degrees. Fingers facing you, callus line, full palm. Again, let's shrug our shoulders up, but then pull them out of our ears. Now, gently sitting back, keep your fingers heavy in the floor, keep your palms touching, keep your shoulders down. Then rock yourself forward. This time add a little bend to the elbows, see if you could sit back into that. Then gently peel the palms away and flick the fingertips. Give that a little shake. All right, I did really quickly say we'd warm up our lunge, so just let's do that like super speed here. 1 foot in front, back toe tucked. Hike a hip, pull a hip down. Do a light hula circle around, hula circle the other way. Find center. Push down in the front foot and forward. Push down in the back foot and back. Create tension pushing away from center that you could hover that leg off the floor. Then continue pushing so much you step up together. Take that same leg, step it back as you would in your get up, and pull yourself down. 4, 3, 2, soft landing. Return that leg underneath, repeat on the other side. First we hiked a hip, then we pulled it down. Then we did a hula circle, trying to stay relatively stationary, and a hula circle the other way. Once you're back to center, push forward and back, creating tension, so much force you hover. Then push through, stand up to tall, and last lunge back down. Return by pulling the floor together, extending the back hip, and softly landing. Bring that leg underneath, and it's time for
get ups.
Dun, dun, dun.
We're down here, and we have our kettlebell, and if you know those protocol steps for the get up, join us. And if not, maybe follow along with a barehanded or a light dumbbell or a kettlebell, but here we go. It's a cuddle, a roll, and a press.
Oh, it's so good down here.
It is good on the floor often. So from this position, we'll push through the hip, and we're looking at the bell. And we tall sit with those fingers facing back, and we bridge, sweep the leg. Find your kneeling windmill, then square up the lunge, tall stand, and then drop down in the lunge. Look at that kettlebell as you open the windmill, sweeping the leg through, finding your elbow, and then counter levering or balancing back to the ground. Whew. 2 hands and that cuddle. I think Lauren's directions are going to be the same as mine, but I'm going to enjoy not saying words, and Lauren gets to cue
Color
us through.
commentary here. All right, we cuddle. Oh, we just hang out for an extra second. And then we roll to our back and we press. Next, we use that hip drive and we pull on the elbow. And then we find our hands squishing that bud, bridging and sweeping, pressing the floor away, extending the hips. When you square up here, think of that lunge we did in our warm-up, using the forces forward and back, pulling yourself down, stepping. As you hinge and rotate here, start looking at your bell. Stack the shoulders, sweep, find the elbow, press away from the elbow to return to your back. Pull your bell down and cuddle. Let's stand up with no rules this
and maybe
time.
no hands.
Ooh. And in between, sorry.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, in between those sets of get-ups, we'll warm up our swingy swings.
1 arm swings for us. Maybe you're using those 2 hands, and we'll be doing this together. So it's chip chop on those hips, 1 hand on the bell, and it's 1 hike, 2 stop swing, 3 continuous. Ready to go, Lauren?
Ready.
Hike it.
Hike.
Return it to the
Park.
floor. 1 full swing. Park it. Repeat a full swing. And then 3 in a row, working from that hike pass. 1 more time. And then park it. The first swings are sometimes the hardest. How is that kettlebell feeling on your body?
Hardest.
1 side to the other. No offense, Lauren. Let's swing, not sing. Let's take
fair.
a hand on a bell. Hike it, park. Now it's a stop. And park.
Can't be good at everything.
And 2. And now we're going 3 in a row for 1. Take a punch on the abs. Squeeze your glutes. And park.
Excellent. Oh, how are your 1 arm swings going? Feels good? Good. We're going to add to that in a second, but before that second, we have to do another set of get-ups. So, you know what's fun?
What's fun?
Starting your get-up from the top.
Ooh.
Because it involves a clean
wrinkle.
or cheat clean as we warm it up, a press, and then a get down and get back up. We will be pressing later today, so check in with those shoulders. But if you're ready, let's use 2 hands to get that bell up to our rack position, and then we'll go from there. So over top of your bell, we've practiced our cheat clean to rack over the past weeks, and we've practiced our presses. Then we'll take that leg we can touch and drop it back. Step open, rotate, hinge looking up at that bell, and stack. Sweep, elbow. Now when you land on your back, you'll keep that bell up. And then from here, we'll return back to standing via the elbow, the hand, the bridge sweep, pressing away, both legs, pushing, and then control that down vertical forearm. 2 hands on for now. Park the bell.
Do like a little press and get up series. Well, you do on one side, you like to coach and try the same thing on the other. So I'll be taking those 2 hands and cheat cleaning the rack. And a full tension press. A little heavier on this side. Take your time coming down. Look at that kettlebell now and that windmill from here on out. Tall sit, elbow to the ground. Then drive the hip. Look at that kettlebell in the tall sit. Sweep the leg, press away. Square up the lunge. And with control, pull back down to that rack position. And then return it to the floor.
So before we combo everything together, one must know all of the steps to put onto our combo.
That's right.
So we did some single arm swings there. Let's take it back one more time. And in this I go, you go pattern, we'll break down what our combo will be, which will be slings, cleans, squats, and a little press. In the I go, you go, either follow along and go with me or go with Ian, and we'll offset our rest. Let's do everything in sets of 3s for this little warm up here. Starting with, team Ian, 3 sets, first arm, single arm swings, continuous. Find your groove with this. Just 3, that off arm swinging with you, both hips are driving through, And when you're done, park, we'll go.
How's one side? We're gonna rest as that team, Lauren and yourselves, do that again. And we want every rep to look the same, to get a little harder, but maintain that integrity.
So team Ian, second arm, single arm swings, up to 3 here. Find your groove.
Whew. Swings. We'll be working in sets of 3 today, or combos of 3. And we'll be doing swings as that first move. Next is a clean.
So team Ian here, 3 continuous cleans. We're pulling to that hike position, using our hips to drive the bell through to the rack, and doing that 2 more times in a row. Remember, we have a firm grip on our bell because we don't want it to let it go, but we have a light grip as well.
Whew. That light grip Lauren's alluding to is when that kettlebell needs to get from the hips up into the rack. We need to punch the hand through, and you might even hear or feel a little jump of the kettlebell in the hand.
So team Ian, second arm here, another set of 3 cleans. Right now, we're just establishing that stance. We're warming up our core. We're warming up our minds to put it all together in a second.
Putting it all together. Good. You can hear that. Amazing. There's the 3. Whew. Probably the least favorite is the squat. But we need squats too. Very functional. So I'll be cheek cleaning to that rack.
No, do a real clean.
Do a real clean, Lauren says.
So
okay.
1 clean to that rack position, and then for 3, we're squatting. As we squat here, we're keeping that elbow in tight. The vertical forearm, trying to break our butt past our knees. You don't have to. It's up to you. 3-second side, or first side.
If the buttocks are going lower than the knees, we need that tailbone cow hip. Go down as safe low as you can, maintaining the anterior tip or the cow nature of the hip tip. Eliminate that tucking under or cat.
Tailbone to the ceiling. Same thing, second side for team Ian. So it's 1 clean, followed by 3 squats. I like to say you have $1 million bill in that armpit and you don't want me to have it. So keep that arm nice and tight as you squat. The desire is going to be to let that elbow drive forward. We're not barbell front squatting here.
That's right. Barbell front squat, similar to elbows out front, but in that kettlebell rack, elbow tips point to the ground. So we've explored most of these movements that we'll be doing with our combo series today. We're going to press 1 or 2 or 3 here.
We're going to press.
Okay.
So 1 clean. You know what's ahead of you? Well, you don't because I haven't told you. But we're going to swing, clean, press, squat some. So you can press up to 3 times if you like, or if 3 is too many for your warm up, do less than 3. 1 clean, pick a number, press it. We're pulling down, inhaling, and pressing our way up, keeping that tension, parking that bell, and we'll go.
Nice. Getting under that load can feel so good and so empowering, but it is very challenging as well. So take your time as you go overhead, and maybe just spend more time in the rack if that overhead position isn't for you today.
Great.
That was 3. I got that second side.
Team Ian, last little warm-up set here. So just as Ian said, we are going to be flipping between 2 little combos tonight. And if pressing is not for you, you could stick with the 1 combo, which does squats. Or instead of pressing for the time that we press, you continue just to hold that bell in that rack position, imagining pressing. The first step to doing something is visualization.
Gotta pretend. So that's the second side for presses here. Cues for presses include rooting your feet, squeezing your glutes, and crushing that kettlebell handle with your pinky finger and all those other fingers on the hand. Connect yourself to that load, and that's a little warm-up. That's more than a warm-up. I'm a little sweaty here. But the combo, as Lauren said, is what?
Combo number 1
Combo
is going to be still in the I go, you go. So I'll do one side, Ian will do one side. Combo 1 will consist of 1 swing, 1 clean, 1 squat. Other team will do that. Combo number 2 will be alternating between the 2 combos. Will be 1 swing, 1 clean, 1 press. Tonight for week 4, we're going to stick with the number 1s, but we'll perform anywhere from 6 to 8 sets,
Excellent.
4 of each. So Ian's ready
Swing,
to go.
clean,
Swing,
squat.
clean, squat, combo number 1, first side,
Swing.
team Ian. Remember, we're taking equal work to rest ratio here. So when Ian's done, I'm going to go, and we're going to keep that nice and even flow.
Whew. Practicing with Lauren, it's high tension. If you're chilling with me, it's shaking it out, checking in on the form, and then doing it again. Other side.
So team Ian,
Swing.
second side, same routine. Swing,
Clean.
clean, squat. Remember, you're pulling yourself down in your squat, keeping that elbow in nice and tight. Once he parks, we go, same routine.
Swings out front, straight arm, shoulder pack. Rack position, we're taming that arc on the swing. And then a squat.
So now it's I did it.
Okay.
Oh,
So
now
quick.
it's combo number 2.
Nice.
A swing, a clean, and a press. Team in, first side. If you're like me, well, sometimes, I'm different every day. But sometimes I'll adjust my stance in this press depending on the load. Feel free.
Your swing, your squat, and your press stance might be different. So find the position that's empowering and safe and strong for you.
What you may have noticed is I did take a step as I clean. That is allowed. It is a little fancy. Just make your step, if you're going to step, purposeful, and one step. None of this like, woo-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo-doo.
Consolidate efficiencies. So this is the second side of a swing. A clean, full press, great coordination with that stance change, and then down. We're back to combo 1, which is swing, clean, squat.
The other thing you'll notice when I do adjust my foot stance is I'm never adjusting that stance in the middle of a press. I'm always adjusting my stance either when I'm in the rack position or the overhead. More of that to come.
Right. Yeah, what side you on is
Well, I
hard
was going to
keep
switch,
track.
but then I didn't want to
Swing.
lose track.
A clean, slight adjustment with that stance as we pull down to squat and then return.
This is
Other
team in,
side.
second side. Set 2 of combo 1. It's a lot to keep track of, but we're going to do our best to keep track.
There might be a lot of sound effects here, like the sound of kettlebells on the floor, some heavy breathing. And if you're making that sound with your abs, it's okay. Avoid the grunt from up here in the throat. Find that nice deep ab tension.
So this is combo number 2 for Team Ian, which is back to a swing, a clean, and a press. This is the second round of this, or the first side of the second round. Here we go.
Woo. All you need to do is follow Lauren, and we'll do it. Keep it going here. Great strong presses there, Lauren. And then down to the floor. Keeping our rest pretty quick today. Aren't you impressed, Lauren? I'm not talking so much.
I like it. I like to boom, boom, boom. Equal work to rest ratio. Right on the money.
But if you need to sit out a set for whatever reason, please do. Please do take your time. And maybe by watching, you get to learn something else. So that's that second side, clean, swing, clean, press. Now we're back to combo 1, which is swing, clean, and squat.
You know it. Swing, clean, and then adjust and squat. Excellent. Keep it basic. Order off that dollar menu.
Whew. Single reps, dollar menu, $1 at a time. Make little deposits in your strength here. And by week 6, I promise we won't be doing single reps. It's more like 5s. Whew. Swing.
We'll add in some more reps next week, but for right now, focus on those singles. Keep it tight, keep it consistent, and try to keep up this pace. We're trying not to rush, but we are keeping it quick.
That's right. Shaking out in between. High tension with your team captain, Lauren, there. And that's the last squat. These rests come around quick. It's swing, clean, press.
That's right. This will be the second time, third time we do this set. See, this is what happens.
We'll have to check the tail of the tape.
What number do you say it is?
Keep on going.
I think it's set number 3
I
of
believe
this.
this is 5 reps total or 5 sets total. And now this is my 6th coming up right here.
Right. This is the 3rd time through of this combo. Correct. Okay. We're on the same page.
Press.
Press. We think we're on the same page. Second arm for Team Lauren of the pressing combo.
Pressing combo. Out front, straight elbow, in tight. Keep the bell tight to the body. And super strong overhead. Like that. Squat this time.
Swing, clean, squat. Round 4. First combo. Adjust the stance as needed. Make it purposeful. Pull down. Don't just flop down.
Floppy moppy. Not here.
Whoop.
Pull yourself down with tension and press those feet away as you stand up with power.
Great job. We're keeping that shoulder retracted and packed the whole time. As we bring that bell into the rack position or as we swing it out front, It's our hips that drive us there, and our shoulders connected to those hips via the lat.
Here we are. Great cues, Lauren. We want to connect the kettlebell to the body. And by the body is the rib cage on top of those hips. We have one last set here, inclusive of those presses.
That's what he thinks.
Let's do it. Oh, shoot.
I like to add surprises. So it's a swing, it's a clean, and it's a press. That's not the surprise part.
Well, it's feeling good until a surprise ending comes. But how are you doing? Check in. Stay strong. If you do...
What is this, sorry? Press?
A press.
Press?
A press. A press. Stay tall.
I was thinking about my surprise.
Brace the core. Great overhead, Lauren. And down. And I'll do that last time, but maybe not the last time.
Thinking about my surprise. I know what it's going to be, don't you worry. It's going to be the fancy combo of the night. But Team Lauren has one more side here. Swing. Clean.
Clean it next. And full body tension for the press. Excellent.
Are you excited?
I'm super excited.
Good, you should be. All right, this is the combo. We're just going to put it all together. 2 swings, 2 cleans, squat, then press.
Oh my goodness.
One side, okay? Let me say one ticker line here before you go ahead. Your squat is a squat. Your press is a press. It's not a push press. It's not a squat press. It's not any fancy fitness thing. It's a squat, and then it's a press.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, just wanted to establish that.
I like that.
Let's do it at the same time because we're here. 2 swings. Here we go. One side. Swing 1. Swing 2. 2 cleans. Adjust your stance to squat if needed. Stand up fully, then press.
Just one squat?
Yeah, I said squat and press. And then through and park. Because it's kind of like taking both combos and adding them together.
I like it.
You know.
I like it.
Okay.
I do.
Not too much rest. Second side. 2 swings. 2 cleans. A squat first. Then a press. And then a control park. Oh, very nice. So that's just a little more time spent under that bell in the combo. But you know we're not done because we need to end with one more thing.
Get-ups.
You're right.
Excellent. I'm in.
How did you know?
With a press or from the floor?
Oh, that's a great idea, Ian.
Isn't it? I just want more presses in tonight, I think.
We want to get jacked up.
Gotta get jacked up.
Okay, so clean, press, get up, down, get up, pull the bell down. Same thing other side. Then get out of here. Here we go. It's a clean. It's a press. It's a lunge back. Control that lunge. Then continue on down via your get up as you sweep, elbow, press away. Keep that arm up. Now come back up, elbow. And bridge sweep. Press away. Front foot moves.
Stay
Both
tall.
legs
You
up.
ready for my wrinkle?
Oh, what's that?
One press.
Oh.
Oh.
Then can we put it down?
Yes.
Through and park. Oh,
Lauren isn't one to enjoy wrinkles and plans, but thank you for pushing through that one right there.
you heard it today here, folks.
Yeah.
No wrinkles. All right. Implants. Same thing.
One press.
Second side. One clean, one press here. Clean it. Up, press it. Up. Get up, down. Take your time. Rotating underneath that bell. Then to the elbow. And then to the back. And then control. Back up. Looking as we sweep. And then we'll start looking forward. Using both legs. And then remember at the top here to pull down. Press again. And then pull down and finish with control through and park.
We do love those time under tension techniques, and pressing that kettlebell and getting up and then pressing again is very difficult. So thank you for spending the time under tension and the time with us on Tuesdays to train.
Look at
30
that,
minutes.
half an hour.
That's it.
Done. Until Thursday, where we grab the bell, we do some presses, and we do some hip mobility as it is. And just so you know, That's about as much as we train. Well, me personally, train with that kettlebell. 1 time a week with you, 1 time a week over there also
I
with
do
you.
get-ups on Sundays when you go for your run.
Ian does some get-ups.
Sunday morning
so it
get-ups
doesn't
are
have to
nice.
be a ton of work
Yep.
to make those gains. It just has to be consistent. So until next time, we have Thursdays with our mobility and our presses, and Saturday where we use our body weight strength. Crawl, roll around, work on our single leg squats. Until then, though, you should check out our website and join our newsletter, or subscribe on our Patreon, or just like and subscribe this video because they all help.
It does.
And until next time,
Take care.
stay strong.
Let's train soon. Have a good night.
Goodbye.